Now, reports this morning that a Sydney childcare centre are actually teaching toddlers 2, 3 years old how to say please and thank you. Now, what this suggests to me, and I think it's pretty obvious, is that that core responsibility of parents to teach your kids how to say yes, please, and thank you is not happening anymore.
And make eye contact and just obey the common courtesies. Now, your view is that this is not like it was back in your day, and that parents are outsourcing
yes.
responsibility for doing all these things, and that this sort of stuff starts in the home. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, well, we had one, I think, a Miss Manners who called us today, and we had a long chat with her about it. And she actually said, look, people are working, both parents are working now. They're so tired that they get home, and they're just so exhausted, so bone weary, diddums. So hard to teach a kid yes and no. Yeah, please. No, thank you. Well, you just don't get your dinner if you don't say thank you, Mum, or thank you, Dad.
The point here is these are kids in preschool, so presumably their parents are in their predominantly 20s and 30s. There might be some in their 40s, and then it gets older, but predominantly I'd say in their 30s, you'd imagine. Now, you've only got to walk out on the streets and see one of the problems we have in our society is people don't say please, don't say thank you, they push in, they behave appallingly on the roads. There is a lack of manners and common courtesy. And that's the parents, and so here are the kids. So this idea is to teach this to the kids at school, and then they have to take these sheets home and do some of these exercises with their parents. And it may well be that the kids will go home and say, Dad, Mum, I've got to do this, but I've never heard you doing this.
Why do I feel so old now?
No, the point I'm trying to make is it may well be that this is a way of retrofitting some of this stuff to some of these parents who plainly didn't get the message when they were growing up, because you can see them all over the place.
It's really simple. When I was teaching my kids manners, the only place that you may stray a little bit from good manners was on the road. I mean, but my kids did learn. They were sitting in the back seat, strapped in.
Yep.
Their first words were not exactly mummy or daddy. It was,
what were they?
Get out of the way, you idiot! Okay. You dickhead!
So, apart from that...
But apart from that, my kids are very pleasant. They were raised in the right way.
Okay, so once you step out of the car, you've got to say, please, thank you.
And they know to say, if they're getting on public transport, excuse me, you idiot, get out of my way.
Okay, and if you're walking along a crowded footpath and someone's walking on the wrong side of that footpath, what do? Just, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. It probably is a good idea if you walk on this side. Oh, look, on the escalator here. Look, it probably helps if you stand on this side. Then people who are walking quickly. Is that what you do? Is that
it all starts in the home.